What happens when an underdog becomes too dangerous? In the world of influencer boxing, one fighter has gone from viral sensation to feared competitor. So feared, in fact, that even top challengers refuse to step in the ring with him. He's got the skills, the knockouts, and the respect of real pros. But now, nobody wants to fight him. Why? And what happens next? Let's dive in. Salt Papi's rise to fame started with his hilarious TikTok videos where he seasoned food with the same over-the-top flair as Salt Bae. His comedic style quickly gained traction, racking up 4.5 million followers and a whopping 141 million likes. But what really set him apart? His unexpected journey into the world of boxing. Born in the Philippines and later moving to England as a teenager, Salt Papi kicked off 2022 as a self-proclaimed junk food lover, tipping the scales at 210 pounds. But everything changed when he laced up his gloves and stepped into the gym. By the end of the year, he had dropped over 30 pounds, showing off a jaw-dropping body transformation that earned him serious respect in the influencer boxing scene. Looking back, Salt Papi admitted on Facebook, "I was a fat kid growing up. I just found it really hard to lose weight." But when he got just 2 months' notice for his boxing debut against comedian Halal, something clicked. He hit the gym hard, put in the work, and the pounds started melting away. Fast forward, and now he's not just a social media star, he's a legit force in the ring. Salt Papi wasn't just dipping his toes into boxing, he was diving in head first. His training routine was no joke. Mornings, all about that high-intensity boxing grind. Cardio drills, sparring sessions, and non-stop movement to sharpen his speed and endurance. Evenings, pure strength training, lifting weights to build the power behind those punches. The man was on a mission. By the time fight night rolled around, he had already shed 11 pounds. But let's be real, that wasn't what got people buzzing. It was his insane boxing ability. Most influencer boxers go in there swinging wild, throwing punches with zero game plan, hoping one of them lands. But not Salt Papi. He moved differently. He had the footwork, the angles, and the counters. Things you'd expect from a seasoned fighter, not a guy who made TikToks seasoning food. As he stepped into the ring, fans weren't sure what to expect. Would he gas out? Would he struggle? Nope. He dominated his opponent from start to finish, controlling the fight with calculated precision. Every time his opponent threw a punch, Salt Papi had an answer. He dodged, weaved, and landed crisp counters like he had been doing this his whole life. Even the pros took notice. Vidal Riley, a 7-0 professional boxer and part of the commentary team that night, couldn't believe what he was seeing. Midway through the fight, he called it like he saw it. Salt Papi has definitely been boxing for a while. That kind of praise? That doesn't come easy. That's when everyone realized this wasn't just some TikTok gimmick. Salt Papi was the real deal. And just when people thought he might have been a one-and-done fighter, he proved them so wrong. A few months later, he was back in the ring for another showdown, this time against fellow internet personality Andy Warski. And this wasn't just any fight. It was part of KSI's massive 2 fights, 1 night event. This was one of the biggest influencer boxing cards of the year, and Salt Papi had officially earned his spot on it. From seasoning food to seasoning fists in the ring, Salt Papi was carving out a name for himself, and his boxing journey was just getting started. Salt Papi wasn't just shredding pounds, he was shredding doubts. After dropping another 16 pounds, he stepped into the ring against Andy Warski looking lean, mean, and ready to do damage. And wow, did he deliver! The bell rang, and before Warski even had a chance to process what was happening, boom! Salt Papi unleashed a flawless uppercut hook combo that sent his opponent crashing to the canvas in seconds. It was the kind of knockout that makes you question reality. Warski, to his credit, somehow managed to get back on his feet, but it was too late. The referee took one look and waved it off. Fight over. Just like that, Salt Papi had stolen the show on one of the biggest boxing cards of the year. And here's where things get really interesting. Sitting ringside for commentary that night was none other than Chris Eubank Jr., a world-class boxer and one of the most recognizable names in the sport. At first, Eubank Jr. wasn't having it. He looked completely uninterested, like he was wondering why he was even there. The early fights weren't doing much to impress him, and you could see the boredom on his face. But then, Salt Papi stepped into the ring. Everything changed. Chris Eubank Jr. had seen a lot of fights in his career, but this caught him off guard. After the fight, he couldn't hide his excitement. When I saw him licking his lips in front of his opponent before the fight, I was like, this kid's got something. That confidence, that swagger, Salt Papi wasn't just there to fight, he was there to entertain. But it wasn't just about the showmanship. Eubank Jr. quickly noticed the footwork, the smooth in-and-out movement that only comes from serious training. It became very clear early on that he's been practicing his footwork. And then came the moment. That nasty two-piece combo, uppercut, hook, good night, his opponent hit the canvas, and just like that, Salt Papi had put the whole influencer boxing world on notice. And then Eubank Jr. dropped the line that had everyone cracking up. If you look at him, he looks like he works a 9 to 5 at a cheese factory. But that was the magic of Salt Papi. He didn't look like a fighter, but once he stepped into that ring, different story. He moonwalked, danced, licked his lips, and then flatlined his opponent. That's box office right there, Eubank Jr. said. And honestly, he wasn't wrong. Salt Papi wasn't just winning fights, he was putting on a show. Salt Papi knows he's still got a long road ahead in the fight game. With just over a year of experience under his belt, he's not out here claiming to be the best just yet. But he does have his sights set on the top. When asked to rank the best influencer boxers, he kept it real, putting Jake Paul at number 1 and KSI at number 2. And as much as he believes in his own skills, he admitted that if he fought either of them right now, he might take the L. But here's the thing, he knows those fights are inevitable, and when they do happen, he's confident they won't be a walk in the park for either of them. I think when they fight me, it's going to be a chess match, Papi said. They're not just going to rush in on me. They know what I can do. And let's be honest, after the way he's been dismantling opponents, they'd be smart to think twice before charging in. But Salt Papi isn't stopping at just boxing. Oh no, he's already thinking ahead. Once his time in the ring is done, he's looking to switch things up and take on MMA. Maybe Misfits can start another fighting company, he said. When boxing is finished and I've got nothing else to do, I'll do MMA. I've already got the hands. Boxing today, MMA tomorrow? Salt Papi is not playing around. Salt Papi has been making waves in the influencer boxing scene, racking up an impressive 3-1 record in his professional career, plus an exhibition win over Halal Ham. His journey from internet sensation to legit fighter has earned him serious respect, with fans and pros alike praising his insane transformation and rapid improvement inside the ring. He didn't just step into boxing, he stormed in, stacking back-to-back dominant wins over Andy Warski and Josh Bruckner, proving that his slick movement and knockout power were not to be underestimated. But even the best take a hit, and Salt Papi got his first taste of defeat against Anthony Taylor. The fight went the distance, but Taylor's relentless pressure and experience gave him the edge. The judges scored it 29-28, 30-27, and 30-27, handing Papi his first L via unanimous decision. A setback? Maybe, but if there's one thing we know about Salt Papi is that he always comes back stronger. And with his skill set evolving in every fight, the boxing world better stay ready, because this guy isn't done yet. Salt Papi isn't just another internet sensation. He's proof that viral fame can turn into something way bigger. From sprinkling salt on TikTok to throwing hands in the ring, he's joined the likes of Jake Paul, Logan Paul, and KSI in making the jump from social media to pro boxing. And let's be real, His rise has been nothing short of entertaining. What do you think? Does Sal Papi have what it takes to go all the way in boxing? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.